Hello, morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Here we are at 5:32 a.m. Central Standard Time, January 23rd, 2020. And we are doing I say the break of dawn, but like the break of darkness. It's still dark out here, and it's not even daylight savings time. We have introduced in 1911 VO Seagram, imported Seagram's VO. We don't know what VO stands for. There are different theories, like very own, very old. It's not very old, so we know it was introduced in 1911, sorry. And it was at first kind of like a family drink, like the Seagram's people drank it. Then they introduced it to the public. Over 140 years of integrity, tradition, and craftsmanship. Well, yeah, you could trace the Seagram's company back that far, but that company no longer exists, only the brands. So there's the Seagram's crest with all the fancy stuff on it. Canadian whiskey, a blend, imported by the VO Distilling Company. Well, it was Diageo, now it's Sazerac. Sazerac bought this from Diageo 2 years ago. So this is the old Diageo label. Well, anyway, Diageo is still going to produce it for them for, I think they said 8 years or 6 years. This is a production agreement because they've got it all aging, right? Sazerac doesn't have it aging. They have to start in their own facilities. It's an operation called Sazerac Canada and take over the recipe or whatever. But that's not really something we need to worry about. Let's look over here. The Northern Lights is the competitor, introduced in 1968, 57 years later, by Glenmore Distilling, then bought by Barton, and it's bottled by Barton in Louisville. You say, oh, Barton, you said Sazerac. Barton is owned by Sazerac. It's a brown bottle. That's a good thing, and it's got the diamonds at the top of the shoulder of the bottle, the little embossed diamonds. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. The diamonds are forever. And then VO's in a brown bottle, and that's a good thing. Brown is better because it keeps the light out of the whiskey, which can affect it. Okay. There's no website for VO. They still kind of have it on there for Diageo's usthebar.com, but all they say is, oh, it's good for making mixed drinks. That's what it's designed for. It's designed to be bland, really, not have a whole lot of flavor, so you can make cocktails. All right. So put it in a highball. So you don't drink this straight and expect bursting flavors, bold aromas, because you're not going to get it. It used to be 86 proof, age 6 years, age statement. Now it's 80 proof, no age statement. At least 3 years old. Tyler Mansell says thumbs up. Hey, Tyler. Well, he said thumb up, one thumb. Hey, Tyler. But I like to do research, as you know. So since time, if maybe never, I looked up Seagram's VO LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Canada. Canada is like Virginia. I mean, all the 10 Canadian provinces and their territories, I assume. It's like Virginia or North Carolina or Iowa. The government control, or New Hampshire, the government controls liquor sales. Owns the liquor stores. Now they're starting to liberalize in some ways in some of these states. Now you might say that's socialism. That's socialism. Yes, it is, and I don't support it. I never said I supported it. I'm just saying that's the case. That is the situation at hand. In Louisiana, that is not the case. Now here's what they're saying on the LCBO website. They have a different bottle in Canada too. It's a different bottle design. Kind of nice looking. Now they're saying the VO stands for very own and was first released in 1913 to celebrate the marriage of Thomas Seagram. Yeah, but they're saying on this bottle right here, here's the VO Gold. which I'm going to do Saturday, God willing. It says right there on the bottle, 1911. So there's a problem, discrepancy. This is the 8-year age. Yeah, this is the dynamite one. We'll do that later. Now they're saying, see, I don't know where the LCBO got this description. Was it from the company? A blend of more than 20 whiskeys. It pours a brilliant golden amber color, which it does, and offers aromas and flavors of dried apricot, hazelnut, and a touch of vanilla. Balanced and smooth. They should have a comma there. It says balanced and smooth. It finishes dry with delicate floral notes. See, they have there should be a comma between smooth and it, because then it makes it look like balance and smooth it, you see. But anyway, these people are not English experts. I'm not an English expert. I just know how to do grammar generally. Okay. How you offset subordinate clause, subordinate clause and all that. All right, anyway. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge because the Northern Lights has that Sazerac flavored whiskey aroma and smell like plum wine and what you call that, white rum and all that we were talking about earlier. NL, Northern Lights. So this will go over here for the VO. Ooh, you have VO. That's right. Soap must have got splashed on there. I had it drying, and I think some soap got splashed on it from the other glasses I was. Now it's just getting worse. What is all this on here? Is there some kind of film? I don't know. Can't be. I just clean these things. Okay. These snifters. now, John Anile bought me some, what you call those glasses? Glencairn, 4 of them. And I really appreciate that. Actually, he didn't have to pay because he had enough credit or whatever they call it on Amazon Prime. So but he could have used it for himself, right? So you could say he bought them for me. He did buy them for me because how do you get the credit? Oh yeah, buying stuff. And I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, those glasses are very flimsy and 3 of them broke. And I have 1 left, so I can't use it for taste challenges. One, the bottle slipped out my hand and it hit the top of the glass, shattered. Then one, come on, man, why is this tripping like that? And then the other 2, it was like the simplest little accident. Like I had them in the sink, or as people in some parts of Louisiana say, the zinc. That's what they'll say. I'm washing dishes in the zinc. I say the zinc. I don't think it's made out of zinc, but they just say that. And it's bizarre to hear people talk like that, hear them speak like that, the zinc. Or they'll say, I'm peeling swimps in the zinc. Swimps. I heard somebody come in a store just this week saying, where's y'all swimps? I say, swimps. Okay. All right. Man next door to me used to say that. The day he died, he told me that morning, I'm peeling swimps. All right. Anyway, but I had them in the zinc, right? The sink, and just a tight, you get dishes dry, and one hit the other one like that, shattered, cracked. I said, oh, man, these things are nice. It brings the smell up to your nose, but they're so flimsy. I can't be bothered with these things, really. These are hardy glasses. These glasses got some strength. All right. D'Amore. These are nice ones. They're masculine glasses. All right. Go. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. This is just straight up gold, the VO. And this one is amber gold. Amber gold. Now I know what the viewer might be saying. They add color into Canadian whiskey. Don't you know that? I do know that. They add caramel color usually to give it some color. And that makes it consistent because, different barrels won't always age them out with the same color. you could take two identical barrels with two identical recipes, mash bill, age them the same exact amount of time, and they'll come out different color and they'll taste different. And they don't even know why they do that. Like there's some variable sometimes that you're not thinking of or that you can't account for. So that they don't have different ones looking different, they'll just add the caramel color. You say, well, Food Babe says caramel color will kill you. Will cause cancer. Yeah. Wrong-o. Doesn't even. I don't want to get into medical theories, but I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. No one even knows what causes cancer. You say, well, I looked at I was in Canada and I looked at a cigarette package and it said very clearly, cigarettes cause cancer. Well, that's not the company saying that. That's the overbearing socialist government, nanny state, making them put that on there. They have to put that on the package, and it makes the package look so ugly. That if you look at a cigarette package, got this big statement. All the aesthetics. They used to have beautiful cigarette packages for years. And you might say, oh, don't even mention that. I'm hysterical. Don't you know that's cancer sticks? You're going to die. You're an advocate for the dark side of the consumer world and all that. No, I'm not. I'm an advocate for free enterprise. Thank you. Good morning, Ron, says John Nilly. Good morning to you. John Nilly is one of my certified moderators. Metalhead 1993, thumbs up. Okay, so I don't want to start ranting and raving. I don't, but I could and I should, but I won't. Okay, the aroma here is very muted. It must be VO. It must be VO. It must be VO. What do I get? Wood and some, I don't think it's sour mash whiskey, but I'm getting that sour mash aromatic. You know what I mean? Like that cornbread mix. Cornbread like Jiffy, but it's not that, but it's something like you can't figure it out. A lot of corn, a lot of corn grits. I have to go buy some more grits. I'm almost out of my Quaker brand. Oh, I'm sorry. My Great Value brand white hominy grits, which is probably made by Quaker for Walmart, Okay. I'm glad I said maybe and I didn't jump the gun and said definitively anything. Because if you want to get techno, this one smells a whole lot like the other one. Corn, the corn. The children of the corn. Morning, gonna have Rollin' Rock and cheers, boys. Cheers to you. This smells like corn whiskey, you know what I mean? But of course, it is corn whiskey. Kingsfield, yeah, I wake up really early, but I go to sleep early. It's all a trade-off. I know somebody that says, I go to sleep at midnight every night, and I don't wake up till later in the morning. So, well, okay. I wake up about 3 hours after you went to sleep. I'm getting the same amount of sleep as you, about 7 hours. Some people sleep during the day. I can't do that. That drives me mad. All right. Okay, well, I got it figured out now. I had to think on it, not just drink. I had to drink on it and think on it. And I'm going to tell you what. Yes, this one has a corn aroma. Yes. There is a rye spice. Yes, there is some wood. Not much. But there's that flavoring note. You say, what kind of flavoring, Mr. Powers? I don't know, but John Neely describes it as almond extract. But then we realized it isn't that. It's probably white rum. And I think cocktail sherry or something. It's cocktail sherry or something. But they're like Angelina Jolie. They'll never tell. You ain't never going to find out. Rolling Rock is a solid brew for sure. I agree with that. Been gaming in a gaming mood lately. Drinking spirit. Yeah, I'm not a gamer myself, but I don't judge other people on that. The only game I can tolerate playing is Risk, where you try to take over the world. But anyway, that's pointless too, because you say, "Look, I won." Well, what'd you do? You won. Well, I do like to play it. It makes you think. You know, you got to figure out your strategy and then your tactics. So, I mean, I understand. All right. Corn, sweet corn, sugar, alcohol, 80 proof. What do you expect? Alcohol. I took too big of a sip. It's kind of like, ugh. I want to spit it out. But, you know, it's not designed. I'm not drinking beer. I'm not supposed to. All right. So, well, it has all those characteristics of the Northern Lights, And I know it's the Northern Lights. I know it. I can tell you already. That's a guarantee. I guarantee you that in my left hand is the Northern Lights. Now on with the tea. I love Rolling Rock with Bush Beer and Milwaukee's Best Light. I like all of those. Bacardi Superior is bursting at the seams with almond flavor. I know, but it's a much better almond flavor than you get generally. Yeah, I've had a lot of cheap rums. Yeah, they're good generally. No, they can't compete with Bacardi Superior because Bacardi Superior beats them up, down, sideways, slaps them around, pushes them on the ground, and kicks them. Bacardi Superior treats the other cheap rums worse than that Kansas Jayhawk that trampled over the woman and tried to throw the stool. Hey, but no big deal, because if I was the head coach and I had integrity, he would never play on my team again. In fact, he shouldn't play basketball again. Maybe he should go work as somebody, like go scrape gum off the street, or go back to Africa where he's from, in case you think I'm saying something bad. He's from Angola, Africa. Go back there and work at a taco stand or a Portuguese food stand selling empanadas or something. You know, I don't go for the people like that. You say, well, you're not perfect. You do bad. I do bad, but I don't trample people in a disabled section. I don't even want to get started on that, because that's the Thug Hawks, not the Jayhawks. And I'm unanimous on that. A lot of wood here, a lot of sugar and wood, but not too much sugar. A lot of it, but not too much. A lot of wood. You can taste the barrel. It seems to me that it's over 3 years old. But then on the other hand, why wouldn't they give it an age statement? I don't know. It used to say very clearly 6 years. No longer says 6 years. Why is that? Because it probably ain't 6 years. Do they use 20 different whiskeys in it? This I cannot verify. The LCBO says so, the Canadian liquor, but could that be a mistake? It could be. But where did they get the information from? Out of their mind, out of their head? We doubt that very seriously. Was it from a sales sheet from the company? Almost a certainty that it was. That's almost a certainty. And I've seen other websites, not just LCBO, other one, they said the same thing, 20 different whiskeys. Does it taste complex enough to have 20 different whiskeys in it? Yes, I would say so. And it's like toothpick wood, you know, not like charred oak, because they're using spent bourbon barrels, so you really don't get the char, but you get that oak, that toothpick wood. So I don't know what toothpicks use what. I don't know what kind of wood toothpicks. Oh yeah, they're a good beer for what they are. And local ones are really okay. I like the cans because they don't really get skunked. Yeah, you're right. I always pour my beer in a glass, and I never really notice any metallic taste. But if you drink it straight from the can, I suppose that could be the case. I've never really picked up can flavor, except in a few isolated instances where I noticed some of the Red Dog, or in the South, Dog. I noticed some Red Dog beers did have a little metallic flavor, and even poured in the glass, and I couldn't explain that, but that was years ago. Natural ice is great, says H Smoke. Yes, and a great value. But it's cheaper to here to get Keystone ice. Here. I can get Keystone ice for $1 cheaper for 30-pack. True story. Yes, but I don't mind because most of the beer that you get locally either cans or bottles. Yeah, well, I mean, you could buy a draft, but now the ice is great too, yeah. I know there's some people I know that buy draft beer from the grocery store and take it home and drink it. That's what they drink. About every 3 weeks. They buy a keg of like Yingling traditional or a keg of Abita Amber, whatever they feel like drinking, and they, I don't know why they don't go pick it up at the store. The store delivers it to them for $10 delivery fee, and then they, but I guess the people have money. They got enough money that just want to get draft beer and drink that in their garage, you know, like they have a bar set up. That's what they drink. They don't drink canned or bottled beer, baby. Oh, Red Dog. Now that's a gem. Probably Miller's best beer. Too bad I can't get it here. Yeah, too bad nobody else can get it except for some isolated locations. Keystone Ice is great when drinking with the bros. Yeah. Good ice brewed ale. Heading to Hong Kong shortly and sampling a few of the Chinese local beers, says Samio. Tried many of Japan's a few years ago. Really enjoyed like our domestic. It should be exciting. I like the Japanese and Chinese beers. Santan or whatever. Get in the mood for Santan. Okay. Enough. It's clearly the VO. Is it better? Okay, let's think about this. You're going to pay about $22 for a handle bottle of VO, not a big plastic bottle. You can go to Walmart and get the Northern Lights for $15.99. So we're talking $6 less per bottle. And when we're talking about these 750s, yeah, about the same, $6 less. So it's a pretty big price difference. Is the Seagram's VO really $6 better per sip? I always say I'm taking a sip. I notice a lot of beer reviewers, they'll say, I'm taking a drink. And I never actually heard anyone say that until I started watching beer reviews or liquor reviews. I never in my life heard anybody say, I'm going to take a drink. That could be something people say in other states. I always heard people say, I'm going to take a sip. Or if it's a big one, I'm going to take a gulp. You know, I took a gulp of it. But in my mind, a drink was something you had. I'm going to buy a drink. Or it could be the act of I'm drinking it. Or the state of being, I drink various products. But I literally never heard anyone say, I'm going to take a drink. When I first heard that, I thought, well, that's a strange expression because I always heard people say, I'm going to take a sip. Proper 12 is tasty. Yeah, I've seen many commercials for it. Is it better? That's the golden question, right? I'm trying to figure this out. I might pick up another bottle of VO Gold soon, yeah, while I still can. Now, that's a beautiful Canadian whiskey. Yeah, and it's coming up Saturday. I'm going to take a swig. Yeah, I heard that before, but mainly like on television shows like Westerns when they say, I'm going to take a swig of this moonshine, something like that. You know, go for it, smoke. All right, so you do get some wood here too. I got to be honest. My friend David said, I don't like the VO. I said, well, you bought a bottle. Well, I don't like it. And I said, oh, I don't think you're like understanding it correctly or something. But he said, I like Seagram's 7 Crown better. I'm going to buy that. I said, well, that's fine. You know, it's American made. And you can get it for $20. It's a big handle bottle. He just buys the handle and pours it in the glass bottle, the liter glass bottle he's got. He doesn't trust the plastic. But no, I cannot honestly say that it's $6 better. And it's a classic, you know, VO. Everybody knows Seagram's VO. Who hadn't heard of that? It's one of the top selling whiskeys of any type in America. I mean, I don't think it's in the top 5, but it's definitely in the top 20. There's not even any question about that. But its fame probably drives the price. Like people know VO and they're kind of like, yeah, get some VO. They just know about it. You just see it everywhere. So the name recognition drives the price more maybe than the actual quality. kind of like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Johnny Walker, stuff like that. Budweiser, you know, Coors Light, stuff like that. The Northern Lights, sort of an outlier, you know, flies under the radar type thing. It's not known particularly well. So which one would I buy? Well, I'd buy the Northern Lights because it's cheaper. I don't say it tastes as good. I can't say that. But it's a good trade-off. You're saving $6 and you're not getting a product that is much worse. All right. And that's the way I'm going to address it. You're getting a slightly lower quality product, but for a much lower price. And I think that's a good way to look at it. Now, if you just say, I love VO, I'm a fan, and I'm not going to deviate, I'm going to keep mine out. Well, I can respect that. You know, I can respect it. But I've had a bottle. This is it. You know, I still have 20% left, or if that much. And when it's gone, that's it. I'm done with it. I'm going to take a gulp. Yeah, I've heard people say that. My uncle would drink 10 quarts of Old Milwaukee and would stumble and crawl. Yeah, well, that sounds, it's kind of a grim story, actually. Okay, now, so NL, no doubt. I'm not talking about Newfoundland. NL, Northern Lights. Yep, of course. So it wasn't much of a challenge, but it was interesting anyway. And we're going to close out the Northern Lights Saturday, like I'm planning. You know, some things could happen. You couldn't do it, whatever. I've come on before to do Hangouts and the computer wasn't working because the internet was down. And the company's telling me on the phone, oh, we had some problems. We're working on it. Well, then that's it. Can't do it. But I mean, I'm assuming that's not going to happen. They've gotten much better. Another successful challenge is in the books. Yes. And it was a success. Think about this. Think about all the Canadian whiskeys I've competed against with the Northern Lights, and I only got it wrong one time, which is telling me that the Northern Lights has a unique flavor. May not be a flavor you like, but it is unique. It's not really the same as any whiskey I've ever had before. Is it similar to some? It is similar to Canadian Leaf, although I think that has more rye flavor, but that makes sense when you think about Maryland, but that's another story. It is similar to, what's that one from Canada? Another Sazerac brand, you know, but it's not the same. Oh yeah, Canadian Limited. And then Dave is telling me on the phone at International Market, oh, look, they got Canadian Limited really cheap. I said, didn't you tell me you hated it? So he didn't buy it, but he was having a time at International Market, boy. I have to watch myself when I go there because you just want to buy everything. It's like a wonderland. You know, like children say, we're going to Disney World, and they're so excited. And like, there's the fox from Robin Hood, but you go to International Market and you're saying, oh, look. Have you tried Conor McGregor's? No. Somebody was talking about that earlier in the chat, but I've seen the commercials. Proper 12, yes, tasty. Black Velvet. No, I don't like Black Velvet. No, that's one of my least favorites. It's got a harsh bite to it. To me, it's kind of nasty. I would never buy that again. I don't even like the Black Velvet Reserve, the 8-year aged. I don't like it. I'm sorry, I just don't like it. I don't think it. Well, yeah, to me it is bad quality. I say, wow, it was in the barrel 8 years and that's all you got, huh? But other people swear by Black Velvet. They just love it, but I don't. There's no bite on this. It's smooth and it's enjoyable. Over here, the VO. Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to do was to see if the flavor matched up with that descriptor, and I doggone if I didn't get off the LCBO. Oh, there it is. But let's see. I just want to see. I don't want to drag this out. It's been 30 minutes. It's too long. Brilliant golden amber. Yeah, it's more gold than amber. Offers aroma flavors of dried apricot, hazelnut, and a touch of vanilla. Now let's see if I can smell any dried apricot, hazelnut, and a touch of vanilla. Oh yeah, one little problem. I never had a dried apricot. But it does kind of have a fruit flavor, and there is kind of a nuttiness, I have to admit. Vanilla? Yeah, I guess so. The funny thing about VO, the more you drink it, the more it brings out. And it does kind of keep rising. It keeps rising. Definitely not worth the extra money. Well, no, I don't think so, even though it is more complex. Black Velvet is smooth as silk, in my opinion. I couldn't really differentiate between the standard and the 8-year, though. No, I couldn't either. But I don't know. Maybe I got a weird taste. Maybe my tasting is defective in some way, but I found it harsh. I was like, ugh. Every time I took a sip, it was like I was getting bit. Like, ooh, ow, another paper cut. Samuel says smiley face. Okay, some hillbilly moonshine. Well, I've never had that, except at the distillery. Okay. Well, see you on Saturday for the final taste, so-called challenge of this series. Because you know it's not going to have a chance against VO Gold. Now that I think is probably worth the price. You can get it for $22.99 some places. VO Gold, that's a jewel. But then we got some exciting. Oh, Johnny Walker Red Label against everybody. And I tried Johnny Walker Red Label on Tuesday. No. Monday afternoon, I tried Johnny Walker Red Label. Me and my friend David and I, he was over here. He said, let's do it. So let's try that Johnny Walker Red Label. So I said, have you ever had Red Label? And he was saying maybe, but he didn't really remember it. He knew about it, of course. So we tried it, and man, we were just so impressed. We may have been more impressed by that than any other whiskey we'd ever tried. And that's saying a lot because we've tried a lot. Many. So I said to him, if the Red Label's that good, and that's the common, just like the common, imagine what the Blue Label is going to taste like. Oh, we wanted to try it so bad. Good stuff there. All right, so thanks for watching. Get ready on Sunday morning because it's going to be on like you never seen before. Johnny Walker Red Label going to battle, and it's going to do well. Well, maybe not against Buchanan's 12-year. Haha. Biggity me. Okay, well, see y'all. Take care, everybody. Now I'm excited to see the Johnny Walker Red Label. Says John, I really like it. Can't wait to see what you think of the Blue Label. I know, I can't wait either. I want to try it right now. I'm going to go grab it right. No, I got to wait. Some things are worth waiting for, but not waiting too long.